The Chicago Bears just got a triple dose of great news heading into the big playoff game against the Packers. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. Together with my buddies, we are the NFC North Guys, bringing you all the latest news, rumors, arguments, whatever you want. NFC North, we got it right here. I'm covering the Bears today because I'm a big-time Bears fan. Super hyped for the playoffs. 40 years since we saw the 85 Bears, so I'm hoping they can repeat that kind of performance. And there are three different things that have kind of come out in the last day or so that I really think bode well for the Bears against the Packers. So stick around for all three of those, and please take a second, like and subscribe, and then also comment below. Give me your predictions for that game. What matchups do you think are going to be important? We always like talking things out with you guys in the comment section, so please give us all your takes as well. So first bit of good news, and this one is the biggest in my opinion, is it sounds like Kyler Gordon is going to come back to practice. And this is massive. Like, the Bears defense has missed him so much. Like, obviously he's great in coverage, but I think the real thing they've missed him with is he's such a good tackler, and he's so good at like attacking the line of scrimmage. And it has just completely changed this defense not having him out there. And then they might really need him out there because of C.J. Gardner-Johnson's injury. They didn't talk about it a lot during the game, but watching him come off to the sidelines, like, I didn't know what the injury was, but he was so wobbly. I remember I was watching the game with my wife, and we were like, oh my gosh, I hope that's not a head injury, because he looks like he can barely even stand. And it is apparently a concussion. It's hard to imagine he's playing this week after seeing him just wobble off to the bench. He didn't even look like he knew where he was. So prayers to him. Head injuries are always scary. I hope he gets better, not even for the Bears' sake, but for his own sake. But obviously it'd be great to have that depth in the playoffs as well. But regardless, having Kyler Gordon practicing is huge. Doesn't guarantee that he's going to be playing on Saturday, but it's a start, and hopefully he is able to play. The second bit of good news comes with what we heard from players and coaches after the game. There were two things that I loved. So first, Jaquan Brisker threw Dennis Allen under the bus a little bit. So he was asked about like the defense's performance, and he was just like, we were playing a whole bunch of man today, no help in the middle, a lot of picks and rubs. Really, they schemed us up, and we had to do a better job covering. They just got us in the right call. They just out-schemed us, if I'm just being honest. And, you know, you never want, like, a divided locker room. You never want people throwing people under the bus. But, like, at the end of the day, Dennis Allen has so much experience as both a coordinator and a head coach, and this defense has not been good enough. Like, I mean, I don't want to ever give Matt Eberflus credit for anything, but there were times he had these defensive guys looking like a top 10 unit. I mean, I love the way that they force turnovers, but like at the end of the day, you like this bend but don't break doesn't always work. Like when you run into a team like the 49ers, who have a McCaffrey and a Kittle and a Jennings and a Purdy who's mobile in the pocket, sometimes like that bending leads to breaking, and like we saw, they couldn't get a single stop in that game when they needed it. Things have, like, the players have to be better, everybody has to be better. But I like that Dennis Allen was thrown on alert too, because this is a smart guy. He knows, like, he's one of the most veteran defensive coaches in the NFL, and so like just hearing from his own players, like, look, the scheme isn't good enough. Like, you need to put us in a better position to succeed against these guys. And you got a lot of tape. You got 2 games worth of tape against the Packers that you can look over. And I really think Dennis Allen is going to take this personally and come out with a great game plan against the Packers. And then on the other side of the ball, I loved that Ben Johnson was not happy with the Bears' offensive performance, because it was sloppy. You saw, I feel like the big difference in the game was when the Lions got into 3rd and short or 4th and short, they converted. And when the Bears got into 3rd and short and 4th and short, they didn't convert a lot of the time. And like, yeah, there's a lot of fingers to go around, but like a lot of these 4th down and 3rd down lack of conversions were because of drops or like missed assignments. and things that were really on the offense. A lot of them were pretty good plays, and the Bears players just didn't execute as well as they should have. And so I like that they're coming into the playoffs with this mentality of like what we've been doing isn't good enough. They have all sorts of film to improve on and figure out what went wrong. And like a lot of like it's nice going into the playoffs playing hot, but sometimes with a really young team, that's not the best thing for you. Like young teams who are riding high going into the playoffs, a lot of times face a veteran team and end up getting beaten by them because they're, in their heads thinking they're all that. Like I think a nice double dose of humble pie with the Niners and the Lions might be exactly what the doctor ordered for this young team. I think they're going to come in with a huge chip on their shoulder. Both sides of the ball are going to be playing angry and wanting to prove that they can be better than they've shown the last 2 weeks. The final bit of news that I saw today that I think is going to bode really well for the Bears is just the way that they match up with the Packers. So first things first, the NFL did do the Packers a little bit of a favor. They rested their players, so having only 6 days rest hurts the Bears a lot more than it hurts the Packers. But historically, the home team, since we expanded to 7 games, sorry, that article is being a little wonky on me. Let me pull it up here. Historically, the team who has been home has been the better team in the playoffs. Here we go. Sorry, I don't know why that article was being wonky for me, but the number 7 seed is 1-7 against the number 2 seed since they expanded the playoffs, with a lot of those being blowout wins. And the home team is 8-0 in Saturday games, with 6 of those wins being by at least 14 points. So historically, the teams that are at home and that 2 seed against the 7 seed have absolutely dominated since the NFL expanded their playoffs. And hopefully the Bears can continue that trend. And especially, I know the Packers get that extra day. It's not an extra day of rest, but I know they rested their starters, and so theoretically they should be more rested. But they also should be rusty. Like Jordan Love has missed some time. Malik Willis has been in and out of the lineup. This is a team that really hasn't played together, especially on offense, in several weeks. They've lost 4 in a row, and the Bears have been starting really slow. But I think this is going to be a good opportunity for them to start fast against a team that hasn't played together as a full unit in quite some time. And then the other thing that I think bodes really well for them is just the way that they force and protect the football. They are the first team since the 2011 San Francisco 49ers to lead the NFL in takeaways and commit the fewest turnovers, which is pretty wild. That 2011 team went to the Super Bowl. And that's so many of these postseason games are decided by, can you protect the football and can you force that big takeaway when you need it? And the Bears have done that in both situations better than anyone else in the NFL has done all season. So I know it was a frustrating end of the season. I know a lot of people didn't want to face the Packers. A lot of times it's tough to play a division rival in the playoffs, somebody you're facing for a third time. This is a more veteran Packer team with a more veteran coaching staff. But I do think there are a lot of advantages for the Bears. I like that they're coming in with a chip on their shoulder, and I think they're going to come out and they're going to beat the Packers on Saturday. So you guys give me your thoughts on that. Give me your predictions, and then don't forget, just like and subscribe on the way out.